It's time for my new 48 team bracket to be revealed. It's been a while, so some things have changed. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It's me again, Golden Blue Dude. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. What I do is videos every single day, sometimes college football and sometimes college basketball. And the best way to support this channel and get more of my content is hit the subscribe button. I probably should have done this a little sooner, but it's time for my 48 team bracket update. So it's similar to the Big Dance, but the Big Dance has 68 teams. So there will be 20 more teams than what I put in. I'm not going to try to predict who's going to win the automatic bids in the conference tournaments. That's why mine is 48. Here we go, 4 regions, region by region. Region number 1 with the number 1 overall seed, Gonzaga. They are 19-0, they're undefeated, and they have an easy road to the Big Dance. Probably easier than anybody else. Let me remind you, once I get past Gonzaga, these are the weakest 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 seeds because the number 1 overall seed gets that benefit. So Region 1 will be the weakest except for Gonzaga. Region 2, next. 3, next. 4, strongest. So the number 2 seed in Region 1 is going to be Missouri. They're 13-3. They are on a 3-game win streak. The 3 seed, Oklahoma, they're 12-5. They've won 6 out of their last 7. Their only loss at Texas Tech. The 4 seed, Florida State, they're 10-3. They've won 5 out of their last 6. Their only loss to Georgia Tech. The 5 seed is going to be Texas Tech, and they have fallen just a bit because they did lose to West Virginia. They're 14-6, and they've won 3 out of their last 4. Their only loss at West Virginia. The 6th seed is going to be Drake. They picked up their first loss. They're 18-1, but remember this, they were on an 18-game winning streak. Then they lost at Valpo. So I had them a little bit higher, but they're still firmly in my brackets. The 7th seed, Kansas, they have fallen. They're 13-7. In their last 6 games, they've had 3 wins and 3 losses. The 8th seed is going to be Western Kentucky. They are 13-4. They've had some COVID issues, but they are on a 4-game winning streak. The 9th seed is going to be Utah State. They're 14-5. They've won 13 out of their last 14 games, and they're number 1 in the Mountain West. The 10th seed is going to be Rutgers. They're 11-6. They're actually on a 4-game winning streak. The 11th seed is going to be Clemson. They're 12-5. They've won 3 out of their last 4. Their only loss was at Duke. And in a normal year, that would be, okay, at Duke, that's hard to get a win at. But this year, Duke is bad, so it's not good. The 12th seed is going to be Colorado State. They're 14-4. They've won 4 out of their last 5 with their only loss to Boise State. On to Region 2. The number 1 seed going to be Baylor. They're 17-0. They're undefeated. They do have a little bit of a tougher road to the Big Dance than Gonzaga, and they're having COVID issues. 2 seed is going to be Ohio State. They're 16-4. They're on a 5-game win streak. They're really hot right now. 3 seed going to be Alabama. They're 16-5, but they've won 12 out of their last 14 games. Not bad. The 4 seed going to be Virginia Tech. They're 14-4. They've won 3 out of their last 4, and their only loss was to Pitt. 5 seed going to be Wisconsin. 14-6. In their last 4 games, they've had 2 wins and 2 losses. They need to get it together. The 6th seed going to be Belmont. They're 20-1. They are on a 17-game win streak, the longest in the nation. The 7th seed will be Navy. They're 11-2. They've had COVID issues, but they've won 10 out of their last 11 games. Their only loss was to Army. The 8th seed going to be Purdue. They are 13-7. They were really, really hot, but recently 2 wins and 2 losses in their last 4 games. 9th seed going to be Arkansas. They're 15-5. They've won 5 out of their last 6. Their only loss at Oklahoma State. The 10th seed is going to be Wichita State. They're 11-4. They're on a 3-game win streak. The 11th seed is going to be St. Bonaventure. 10-2. They've had COVID issues, but they've won 8 out of their last 9 games, and they're in first place in the A10. 12th seed is going to be Colorado. They're 15-5. They've won 4 out of their last 5. Their only loss to Utah. Region 3. The 1 seed is going to be Michigan. They're 13-1. They've had COVID issues, but their only loss was to Minnesota. 2 seed going to be Virginia. They're 13-3. They've gotten really, really hot. They've won 9 out of their last 10 games. Their only loss was to Virginia Tech. 3 seed going to be Illinois. They're 13-5, and they are on a 4-game win streak. 4 seed going to be Texas. They've fallen. They're 12-5. They've actually lost 3 out of their last 4 games. Their only win was against bottom feeder Kansas State. They got to turn it around. 5 seed going to be Creighton. They're 15-5. They've won 5 out of their last 6. Their only loss was to Georgetown. 6 seed Iowa. They're 13-6, but they've lost 4 out of their last 5 games. Their only win was to Michigan State. 7 seed going to be Xavier. They're 11-2. Yes, they've had COVID issues, but they are on a current 3-game win streak. 8 seed going to be Winthrop. They're 16-1. They were on that 16-game win streak, and then they lost their last game that they played. 9 seed going to be BCU. They're 14-4. They're on a 4-game win streak. Really hot right now. 10 seed is going to be BYU. They're 15-5. They've won 6 out of their last 8. Those 2 losses, Pepperdine and Gonzaga. 11 seed will be Oregon. They're 10-4. They've had a little bit of COVID issues. They've actually lost 2 out of their last 3, so they've fallen in my seeding. Their only win was against Utah. 12 seed in this region will be Liberty. They're 15-5. They are on a 4-game win streak. Now we're in our last region, Region 4. The 1 seed going to be Villanova. They're 12-2. Yes, they did lose to St. John's, but they were recovering from COVID. I'm going to give them a pass. 12-2, that's a good record in a good conference. 2 seed will be Houston. They're 16-2. They've won 9 out of their last 10. It's just their strength of schedule, not all that great. The 3 seed going to be West Virginia. 14-5. They've won 5 out of their last 6. Their only loss was a head scratcher to Florida. I don't know. 4 seed going to be Tennessee. They're 13-4. They've won 3 out of their last 4. Their only loss, also a head scratcher, Ole Miss. 5 seed going to be USC out of the Pac-12. They're 15-3. That's a good record. They are on a 4-game winning streak, and they just got ranked. 6 seed, another team that just got ranked, Loyola Chicago. They are 17-3, and they are on a 10-game winning streak. The 7th seed going to be UAB. They're 16-2, and they're on a 6-game win streak. The 8th seed in this region will be UCLA. They are 13-4, but they've lost 2 out of their last 3 games. Their only win was against a bad Oregon State team. 9th seed is going to be Louisville. They're 11-4. They've won 2 out of their last 3 games. Their only loss was at Clemson. 10 seed is going to be Oklahoma State. They're 12-6. They were higher, but they've lost 2 out of their last 3. But that 1 win was against Texas, so that's a good win. The 11th seed is going to be San Diego State. They're 14-4. They are on a 5-game win streak. Finally, the last region, the 12th seed, Toledo. They are 16-5. They've won 5 out of their last 6, but that loss was to Ball State. That's why they didn't get a higher seeding. There you go, my updated 48-team bracket, and it will get updated as March Madness approaches. There's a lot of moving around. Really, the only 2 teams that have stayed consistent are Gonzaga and Baylor. That's it. That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next show.